Hello everyone. It's cold, so I've got my blanket over me because it's cold. Come on. Sorry, I've been AWOL. As most of you know, I wasn't feeling very well, and I've sort of explained it. Basically, what happened was we had a nightmare of a weekend. We had a mix-up with the new mattress that a family member got us, so we had to sort that out. And then I ended up feeling very ill with my gastroparesis. All that's settled, but now the hubby's not 100%. He's at work now, but he's just got a bit of a dicky tummy. So other than that, we're all good. This next week, I'm hoping to get the Uneasy on video done. I'm actually looking for a specific video because there's speculation that Onision's called Sam something, so I need to find that so I can back myself up. The other video I haven't yet decided on what that's going to be yet. I haven't figured that out yet. I might do a YouTuber conspiracy theory video. I don't know yet. Basically, going and talking about conspiracy theories with YouTubers. But this video is a bit of an explanation. If anybody watched Phil last week or watches a certain amount of other form of media, you will be aware that this week, over the last couple of weeks, Britain has banned 3 political commentators, which are Martin Sellner, Brittany Pettibone, and Lawrence Southern. Now, for a lot of people, it will be a bit of a shock that those 3 people have been banned. However, when you look at the political situation here in the UK, in general, and specifically relating to some of the views of the people that were meant to be coming over, it sort of, in a way, explains itself, and I understand what I mean. Because here in the UK, we can do a lot. For example, we have TV shows that sole job is to basically take the piss out of the government and the royal family. We can swear on any channel after 9 o'clock at night. You can post whatever you want within reason, but we don't have free speech. We can say a lot, but we don't have free speech. And this is where this comes in. Because we don't have free speech, and the fact that the political and social peace, shall we say, that we have at the minute is very, very touchy, is probably the main reason why these people are banned. And because their views would possibly rile up certain factions within the country, which would cause riots like we had going back 14 years ago, which I remember because where I originally come from is where a couple of the riots happened. So, although they were only small ones, but they were still riots. The anti-Islamic feelings in this country, although we are trying our best to get rid of them, still exist. And when you are talking about people that are that are anti-Islamic, that are the type whose views would potentially fuel this, that's the main reason why. Because I think the reasoning behind it is that it would affect the British peace, which it would. That it would basically rip apart the current peace that we have at the moment. We have lots of stuff going on politically, especially with this whole Russia thing going on, that we don't need. riots between our own people at the minute. It's just not what we need at the minute. We have a lot of other things to be thinking about, including Russia, Korea, Trump, and several other issues. And Trump, it does seem to be coming around to some of Britain's views on a few things. It's taken him a while, but it's still one of those things where, yeah, in America you have free speech. Yeah, in America you have the ability to basically say what you say when you want to. We don't. Like I said, there's a lot we can do. There's a lot we can't do. We have very specific rules on what can be said, and we've mentioned this before when I did the 3 things that exist here in the UK that don't exist in America. When I mentioned free speech, that any anti-Islamic conversations that happen, and that are witnessed and made aware to the police by, can be arrested. You can be arrested for it. So, but yeah, I have found a article. Yeah, let's have a look. There we go. This is UK Reuters. Britain has banned 3 foreign far-right activists from landing on its soil in the last 3 days, British security officials said. In a Facebook post on Saturday, Generation Identity, a British white supremacist group, said Australian activist Martin Sellner and his American girlfriend Brittany Pettibone, a YouTube commentator and author, have been detained by British government. British officials said that they had landed at Luton Airport, north of London, on Friday. Border police refused to allow Sellner and Pettibone to enter Britain as they were detained and then deported on Sunday. The official, who spoke to Reuters on condition of anonymity, said that the couple have been banned from entering by Britain's Home Office on the grounds that their presence in the UK was not conducive to the British good. In other words, the peace that we currently have. On Monday, British Border Police stationed at the French port of Calais also detained entry to Lawrence Southern, a Canadian right-wing activist. After being detained, Southern tweeted that British authorities had told her she had been officially banned from Britain for racism. An official confirmed that British border authorities denied Sutton permission to enter Britain on the same grounds as the other 2 activists. Southern was planning on meeting Sellner and Pettibone in Britain, according to the conservative news website Breitbart. Breitbart also said Sellner had been planning to make a speech in London's Hyde Park, very public place, and that the papers served on him by the British authorities alleged that the speech was likely to incite tensions between local communities. Breitbart and Pettibone were blocked from entering Britain, not only in relation to Sellner's planned speech, but also because they planned to interview Tommy Robinson, former leader of the far-right English Defence League. Experts who monitor Britain's far-right movement said that the government have recently stepped up efforts to keep ultra-right-wing foreign activists out. Among other Americans who have been banned from Britain are anti-Islamic campaigners Robert Spencer and Pamela Geller, and Mark Webber, who heads Californian group known for Holocaust denial. So that is the main reason for it. Like I say, we don't have free speech in this country, and when you are talking, especially when you're talking about doing a speech in Hyde Park, which the nearest thing I can compare it to is Central Park. Yeah, that's not good. And especially not in London, where London is essentially a melting pot of the people in this country, where you have people of Spanish descent, Middle Eastern descent, Asian descent, all sorts. African descent, you start spouting stuff in the middle of Hyde Park, you get arrested quite quickly, especially if you've not got permission, because in a lot of places you have to have permission to be able to speak in a public area, and that permission isn't very easily attainable. Like I say, a lot of people are like, yeah, but it's not fair that they're doing this. It's like, no. From an American point of view, yeah, no, it's not fair, because Americans have free speech, and you are allowed to essentially say what you want to when you want to, but that doesn't exist in this country. And a lot of people have a tendency to forget that, because this country is so easily, because the UK is so easily understandable, and people easily forget that we don't have a lot of things that other countries do. We never have. But don't automatically assume that just because the UK say one thing, that it's the right way to be, which it isn't. There are certain things about this country that I wish were different, but they're not. And I do sometimes wish we did have free speech. But considering it is only certain types of free speech that are looked down upon, I'm not too bothered, because like I said, we have it's a puppet show called Spitting Image, where basically they take the piss out of the government and out of the royal family. Comedians are always taking the piss out of the government and the royal family. It's one of the favourite things to do. And a lot of people are like, yeah, but it's like, yeah, but this country, even though we don't have free speech, we can say a lot that a lot of other countries that don't have free speech can't. In a lot of countries where they don't have free speech like we don't, they cannot question what the government is doing. We can. If we don't agree with what our leaders are saying, we can speak up. We don't have the right to free speech, but we can say what we want when we want. We just have to be prepared to pay the penalties for it. I think that's probably why we have more social commentators than political commentators coming out of the UK than anything else. But it's weird, because the royal family, up until I'd probably say about 100 years ago, had complete control of the country. They don't anymore. It's between the government and the royal family, and a lot of the reason why we can do what we can do, I can say on a YouTube channel, I don't agree with X person because of B reason, and that's fine. But as we saw with John, if you say something about somebody that's not substantiated by proof, you can find yourself in serious trouble, because we have laws against that. And say when it comes to religious freedom in this country, you have to be whatever religion you want. Yes, we have a national religion, but you're not forced, not anymore anyway, to be that religion anymore. But once upon a time, you were. I don't bat an eyelid of being the religion I am in a Christian country. It doesn't give me food for thought. It doesn't make me worry in any sense of the word, because there is no reason for me to worry, because there's no issues on my part. So it's one of those situations where I can understand from an American point of view why it's weird and why it's not the best thing to do, but from a British point of view, it's normal. We don't have free speech. We don't have the right of being able to stand in the middle of Hyde Park and saying, I don't agree with this, I don't agree with that. You're allowed to do what you want to a point. And there is a possibility that if these people had been allowed in the country, that it could have triggered something that we don't want. And we are dealing with a lot of issues in this country that aren't easy to deal with. Mainly this whole crap that's going on with Russia. So, but yeah, that's the reason. That's the Brits' reasoning behind what happened and why it happened. Purely because it's just the way we are here in the UK. It's just one of those things. I'm gonna bugger off and go to bed because it's like nearly midnight, and I want to try and get some sleep because if the husband's up to it, we're nipping into town tomorrow. So, but yeah, that sort of explains it from a British point of view, what happened and why it happened. Just trying to think if there's anything else I need to fill you in on. I don't think there is. Let me think. Nope, not yet. Anyway, I'm gonna bugger off and try and get some sleep and try to stay warm because it's cold. We had snow last night, which was weird. It was really weird. There you go. Anyway, I'm gonna bugger off and go to bed. So stay safe, be good, have fun, and I will see you on Wednesday, hopefully with the Blaney on EC on thingy video. So, catch you later, guys.